We will see Factories Acts and Factories Tamil Nadu Factories Rules. First, we'll see the Factories Act 1948. So this act establishes who are the statutory authorities responsible for these implementing these acts. These authorities are chief inspectors, certifying surgeons. So these people are empowered to ensure factory compliance with respect to health, safety, welfare, working hours laws, all these aspects. So these things are carried out by the method of inspections, accident investigations, and enforcing provisions. They hold broad powers to protect the workers and they regulate the factory operations under the state government authorities. So the Factories Act is just covers these things mainly. Who are the statutory authorities under this act? We'll see one by one. The first, the foremost inspector is called Chief Inspector of the Factories. His responsibility is to oversee the entire state implementation of the act. That is, he oversees the implementation of this Factories Act in the entire Tamil Nadu state or whichever state he is responsible. Under him, a lot of inspectors will be reporting, additional inspectors, joint inspectors, deputy inspectors. So we will be having different categories of inspectors. So these inspectors are appointed by the state government, respective state government, to assist that chief inspector. But these inspectors also they have powers throughout the state or some specific areas of the state. Another inspecting authority is certifying surgeons. They are qualified medical practitioners. They are appointed to examine the young workers and all the workers who are involved in the hazardous jobs. Next come the welfare officers and the safety officers. They are required in large factories for health, safety and welfare of the employees. Next we will see what are the powers and duties of the inspecting staff, that is all these chief inspector and inspector. First is entry and inspection. So they are entitled or they are authorized to enter any factory for the purpose of inspection. They enter and inspect and examine any part of the factory. Then they are authorized to do investigation. Investigation means to inquire into any kind of accident or any dangerous occurrences and complaints that has happened in that factory or in their office. The next duty of these inspectors is based on the investigation. They will do documentation or prepare report. So this is required. Some they have to produce registers, records, and documents from the factory side. So they will ask the factory people to produce registers, records, or documents, whatever is necessary to undertake the investigation. Once the investigation report is prepared and issued, next come the enforcement. So enforcement means based on this investigation report, corrective measures have to be enforced. So that ensure compliance with the working hours, safety standard, child labor law, all these things. Also, these inspectors and chief inspectors, they perform some advisory role. That is, they advise the management on compliance and worker welfare. Then comes the next duty of these inspectors is reporting. They do in this one in the form of maintaining records and submit report on the inspection and incidents. That is reporting. Now, what are all the key restrictions and protections to be an inspector or chief inspector of any office or organization? The first one is these inspectors and chief inspectors, they should not have any interest in the factories. They should not be directly connected to the factories. Say they should not be interested in any factory or associated business also. That is one restriction. The next one is confidentiality. They have to maintain confidentiality. They have the statutory duty to keep the factory's information confidential. Then protection. They have full protection to do any kind of investigation in any factory or any office setup. So obstruction of an inspector is a punishable offence leading to fine or imprisonment. So these are the powers that are given to the inspectors and chief inspectors. Next we will see Tamil Nadu Factories Rules 1950. These Tamil Nadu Factories Rules, it details health and safety in the factories and offices by enforcing standards. So these standards are enforced for hygiene of employee environment, working environment, proper ventilation, lighting, availability of drinking water and latrine and restrooms, then machinery safety, all these things. So it is directly implementing the Factories Act 1948 with the specific on cleanliness, waste disposal, temperature control, fencing of dangerous machinery, right? And then fire safety. So the fire safety is coming under section 11 and 38 of the Act, Factories Act. And then maintaining the personal protective equipment is PPE. Then medical check for hazardous work and welfare officers. So the key areas include ensuring the clean facilities, proper ventilation, lighting, which are coming under rules 29 to 38, 33, and safe machinery, welfare provisions like first aid, canteen, trees for working women and women having children. So these are the highlights of Tamil Nadu Factories Rules 1950.